So deduction of gas laws, let us continue with that. So next was Avogadro's law. Who will tell me the statement of Avogadro's law? क्या होता है Avogadro's law? केमिस्ट्री में पढ़े हुए हैं ना लोग. What is Avogadro's law? भव्या नहीं बोलो, आप भी बोल रहे थे. Statement of the law. Statement is equal volumes of all the gases at STP, standard temperature and pressure, contain equal number of molecules. So first of all, statement you should be aware of. Write down. Avogadro's law states that at STP, equal volumes of all the gases at STP, equal volumes of all the gases contain equal number of molecules. At STP, equal volumes of all the gases contain equal number of molecules. Equal number of molecules. So we are going to prove this. Pressure exerted by gas, we have this formula. Let us write mass of the gas as m into n. Okay, m into n, number of particles. M is mass of one gas molecule. N is number of molecules as we are taking. So let us write for first gas. For first gas, P is equal to 1 by 3 m1 n P1 square. Pressure and volume are same because we mentioned in our statement at standard pressure, temperature, volume. Means pressure, volume is same. तो उसको हम P1 V1 नहीं करेंगे. प्रेशर वॉल्यूम को हम P1 V1 नहीं कर रहे, उसको P और V सेम लिया. Then let us write for second gas. Again P. Mass is different, maybe number of molecules is different, speed is different for each gas, but pressure, volume are same according to our statement. Okay, so pressures are same. Equate equation number 1 and 2. 1 by 3 is equal to this. Three and V get cancelled. 3 and V, they get cancelled. We are left with M1 N1 C1 square is M2 N2 C2 square. Okay, let us call this equation number 3. Let us call this equation number 3. All right. Now, since kinetic energy per molecule will remain the same, kinetic energy per molecule will remain the same, half M1 C1 square is half M2 C2 square. That's why half gets cancelled on both sides. We get M1 C1 square is M2 C2 square. Kinetic energy per molecule of each molecule is almost the same. So that's why their energies, when we equate, we have this equation with us. M1 C1 square is M2 C2 square. Put this in equation number 3. M1 C1 square and M2 C2 square get cancelled because they are same. So put in equation number 3, we will get N1 equal to N2. Put in equation number 3, we'll get N1 equal to N2, which is Avogadro's law. So when we have taken pressure volume same, number of molecules also comes out to be the same, which is called Avogadro's law. So this is the proof, and you can see we again started from concept of kinetic theory of gases. We again started from concept of kinetic theory of gases. Is that okay, students? Fine? Is this law clear? Fine? Any doubt you can ask? All right. Next is gas equation. Let us derive gas equation also. We have derived Avogadro's law when we have taken pressure volume same for two different gases. Then number of molecules is coming out to be the same, which is Avogadro's law, that when equal volumes and equal pressures of gases are taken, then they have equal number of molecules. So we have proved this. Okay, this is the proof of Avogadro's law. Now we come to gas equation. You know PV is equal to nRT, or take n equal to 1. PV is equal to RT. We are to prove this now. So again use this concept of kinetic theory of gases using the formula of pressure. PV will be equal to this. You know this. We have used this many times when we derived Charles' law, Boyle's law. Yesterday we derived these laws. So we used this formula. We started from here only. Now you also know that C square is proportional to T. C square जो है वो किसके ऊपर डिपेंड कर रही है? टेम्परेचर पे. Let us introduce a constant here. Let us put it equal to K. Put this value here. PV becomes half mkt. PV is equal to 1 by 3 mkt. Okay. Now bring this T down in the numerator. You are left with 1 by 3 mk. Just bring this T here in the denominator. Now see, on right hand side you have all constants. 1 by 3 is a constant, m is a constant, k तो पहले से ही हमने constant लिया. So PV by T, it comes out to be a constant. Okay, and that constant is gas constant. So we get PV is equal to RT, which is gas equation. So we can also derive gas equation using the concept of kinetic theory of gas. Is that clear? Very simple treatment. Just you have to bend the way you want. Yes, Saksham?
मैम अगर हम इसे बॉयज लॉ चार्ल्स लॉ से कर दें तो नहीं हो पाएगा सही?
उससे भी हो जाएगा.
ओके मैम, थैंक यू.
Okay, so next law after this is Dalton's law of partial pressure. Last is Dalton's law of partial pressures. What is the statement? What is the statement of Dalton's law? That for a number of interacting, non-interacting gases, the statement is for a number of non-interacting gases traveling in a medium, the resultant displacement of the resultant pressure at any point is the sum of individual pressures exerted by each gas. Okay? So you must be aware of this law. P is equal to P1 plus P2, so on up to Pn. P is the resultant pressure exerted by number of gases traveling in the medium and traveling in a gas, you can say. And P1, P2, Pn, these are the individual pressures. Means P1 is the pressure exerted by first gas, P2 is the pressure exerted by second gas, and so on. So we are to prove. Let us start from right hand side. Let us consider this. Put the values 1 by 3 rho c square. You know, the formula of P from kinetic theory is 1 by 3 m by v c square. What is m by v? That is density, rho. So we have also used the formula of pressure in this form. Let us use that form. So individual pressures can be written like this. You can write in summation form. That is what? Total density and total RMS speed, which is equal to resultant pressure P. So this is the proof of Dalton's law of partial pressures. Okay, students, is that clear? What we have done, we have taken right hand side that says that we are adding individual pressure is exerted by different gases. Suppose there are number of gases, but they don't affect each other. They are non-interacting gases. One gas is not affecting the other. The presence of other gases is not affecting the presence of one particular gas. So how can we write pressure exerted on the walls and bottom of container by first gas? That can be written as 1 by 3 rho 1 C1 square. Same way for second gas we can write like this. For nth gas we can write like this. Okay, then we can write in summation form. What is summation rho I? That is total density of all the gases. And what is summation Ci square? That is C square. That is the square of RMS velocity of all the gases. So when we write in resultant form, this is definitely the resulting pressure. That is the total pressure exerted by each and every gas together, which is Dalton's law of partial pressure. कि टोटल प्रेशर उतना ही होगा जितना हर एक गैस इंडिविजुअली एक्सर्ट कर रही है. उन सभी प्रेशर्स को ऐड कर दिया जाए, we will get the total pressure. That is the resultant pressure, and that we have done mathematically simply. All right, so we have deduced all the gas laws. This is the deduction of all the gas laws from the concept of kinetic theory of gases. Right? Next is Brownian motion. Next article is Brownian motion. Brownian motion. Now, zigzag motion of gas molecules in a container, for example, that is called Brownian motion. It is named after Sir Brown. So that is why this is called Brownian motion. So named after scientist Brown. Okay, so how do we define it? Brownian motion, the zigzag or random motion of molecules in a container. Zigzag or random motion of gas molecules in a container. You know, the gas molecules in a container, they are moving about randomly. They are not having one particular direction. We discussed when we stated the postulates of kinetic theory of gases, that gas molecules, they move about randomly in all the directions. Okay, so this zigzag motion followed by these particles, that is called Brownian motion. Example, gas molecules, motion of gas molecules in a container, that is an example of Brownian motion. Another example, the motion of smoke particles released from a cigarette. So when the smoke is released from the cigarette, the smoke particles, they move about randomly in air. They don't have any particular direction. So that's why what will happen? We will say this irregular random motion, that is called Brownian motion. Okay. Now factors affecting Brownian motion. What factors can affect? Factors affecting Brownian motion. First factor is temperature. First factor is temperature. Very clear, when we heat the gas, the kinetic energy of gas molecules increases. They move about vigorously, they move about more randomly. Randomness increases, so Brownian motion also increases. So you can say Brownian motion is directly proportional to temperature. As we heat the gas, the temperature of molecules that will increase, the kinetic energy will increase. They will move about through the gas more randomly. Randomness increases, that means Brownian motion, that is faster. Second factor is density of medium. Density of medium. Inversely proportional. Brownian motion is obviously inversely proportional to density of medium. Density of medium increases means mass per volume of each molecule, that is increasing. Mass per unit volume of each molecule is increasing. So when mass is increasing per volume, per unit volume, then Brownian motion will be less, randomness will be less. ज़्यादा स्पेस नहीं मिल पाएगा उनको randomly मूव करने के लिए. So inversely, medium is denser. I gave you example of hydrogen and oxygen. Oxygen is 16 times denser than hydrogen gas. Okay, so that's why in a denser gas, the molecules, they won't be so free to move about randomly. Randomness will decrease. So Brownian motion is also going to decrease that way. Third is viscosity of medium. If medium is more viscous, energy dissipated by molecules will be less, so Brownian motion will also be less. You can also relate viscosity to density. So same way, when the medium is more viscous, randomness is going to be less. Again, the molecules of the medium, molecules of the gas, they are not so free to move about if the medium is very viscous. You can imagine milk on one side and honey on the other side. तो हनी इतना विस्कस है, उसमें इतनी फ्री मूवमेंट नहीं हो सकती, रैंडमनेस ज्यादा नहीं हो सकती. ओके, सो दैट्स व्हाई viscosity of medium is more, Brownian motion will be less. So first factor directly proportional, density inversely proportional, viscosity inversely proportional. Fourth factor is size of molecules, size of particle or size of molecules. Fourth factor is size of molecule. So if a molecule is big, it will be experiencing forces from all the sides. Impulse received by it will be smaller. It will receive lesser impulse क्योंकि molecule का खुद का size बड़ा है, तो बाकी जो molecules है उनकी impulses को ज़्यादा feel नहीं होगी. ठीक है, तो again randomness will decrease, Brownian motion will decrease. Molecules are bigger in size, so they are not free to move about so randomly as before. अगर पार्टिकल जितने स्मॉल होंगे उतनी ज्यादा फ्रीली मूव करेंगे, रैंडमनेस उतनी ज्यादा होगी. ठीक है, सो व्हेन द साइज ऑफ मॉलिक्यूल्स इंक्रीजेस, दे विल बी रिसीविंग लेस इंपल्स फ्रॉम द नेबरिंग मॉलिक्यूल्स एंड हेंस व्हाट विल बी लेस, ब्राउनियन मोशन विल बी लेस. तो सिर्फ फर्स्ट फैक्टर के डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल है, बाकी 3 फैक्टर्स के इनवर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल. रिमेंबर दैट. So there are in total 4 factors. There are in total 4 factors. Have a look at this. If there is any doubt, you can ask. Brownian motion, factors affecting it. Right? Next is mean free path. Already we had defined it. Who will tell me? What is mean free path? Denoted by symbol lambda. Yes, raise hand who knows the answer. How do we define mean free path of a gas molecule? Yes, students, raise hand if anybody knows. What is mean free path? Yes, beta, I hope you all are studying. So tell me, what is mean free path? Anybody who knows? Raise hand. No one? आप में से? So I told you that in Brownian motion, the molecules are moving about randomly. But if we see the distance traveled by gas molecule between two successive collisions, then it will be a straight line path. That path is called mean free path. We already defined it in postulates of kinetic theory of gases. वहाँ पे हमने इसको define किया था. Okay, write the definition once again. What is mean free path? Average distance traveled. Average straight line distance. You should mention that this is always straight line. Average straight line distance traveled by a gas molecule. Average straight line distance traveled by a gas molecule between two successive collisions. Between two successive collisions is called mean free path. Between two successive collisions, that is called mean free path. It is denoted by symbol lambda, and we are going to derive an expression for it. Okay, this is a part of Brownian motion only. Randomness is about the overall motion, but for a particular molecule between two successive collisions, distance will be straight line. That distance is mean free path. So let us derive an expression. So consider a cylindrical container in which gas is enclosed. Suppose the radius of container is d. Radius of this cylinder is d, suppose. We consider three gas molecules. All the gas molecules are in motion, but along its cross section we are considering three molecules. Okay. Let the central molecule be in motion. We are taking right now other molecules at rest for simplicity. For simplicity in mathematical calculations, let us take side molecules to be at rest. We are considering right now only one molecule in motion. So it is starting from this end and it is going through the whole length of cylinder of length L. Length of cylinder is L and diameter radius is small d, suppose. Let n be the number of molecules per unit volume. Number density. Let n, small n, be number density, means number of molecules per unit volume. So n is number of molecules per unit volume of cylinder. What is the volume of cylinder? Of height L and radius d. Pi d square L. क्या होगा? Pi d square L. Otherwise the formula is pi r square h. But here r is d and h is L. So we have written, after cross multiplication, how many molecules are there in the cylindrical container? That we have found n pi d square L. So we have found the number of molecules in the cylinder. इस cylinder में कितने molecules हैं, ये उनका number मिल गया हमें. हमने पूरे cylinder का volume ले लिया, उसमें कितने molecules हैं? There we go, right? अब suppose this gas molecule starts from this end, goes to this end, and how many collisions it will suffer? सेम एज द नंबर ऑफ मॉलिक्यूल्स, जितने मॉलिक्यूल्स रास्ते में आएंगे उन सभी से कोलाइड करेगा, ठीक है। तो व्हाट इज मीन फ्री पाथ? मीन मीन्स एवरेज डिस्टेंस, हमने डेफिनेशन में भी बोला। सो मीन फ्री पाथ इज द एवरेज डिस्टेंस ट्रेवल्ड बाय मॉलिक्यूल बिटवीन टू सक्सेसिव कोलिजन, यहां से लेके वहां तक जाने में जैसे, ठीक है। तो दैट इज टोटल डिस्टेंस ट्रेवल्ड बाय गैस मॉलिक्यूल और डिस्टेंस ट्रेवल्ड बाय मॉलिक्यूल ओवर नंबर ऑफ मॉलिक्यूल्स या कोलिजन। हाउ डू यू कैलकुलेट एवरेज? एवरेज कैसे निकालते हो आप? टोटल किसी चीज का डिस्टेंस अगर निकालना है तो टोटल डिस्टेंस ओवर नंबर ऑफ पार्टिकल्स, ऐसे निकालते हैं ना एवरेज। तो नंबर ऑफ कोलिजन्स और नंबर ऑफ मॉलिक्यूल्स, whatever you find it comfortable you can write here. Put in the values. Now what is mean free path? That is lambda. कितना डिस्टेंस ट्रेवल किया इसने फ्रॉम वन एंड टू द अदर एंड? एल. हाउ मेनी कोलिजन्स आर देयर? जितने पार्टिकल्स हैं उनका नंबर, n pi d square l. Let us put it here. L over n pi d square l. L gets cancelled. So we get the formula 1 over pi and d square. But actual formula is 1 over under root 2 pi and d square. अब आप बोलोगे under root 2 कहाँ से आ गया? Because I told you that for simplicity in mathematical calculations, we had taken only one molecule in motion right now. Other molecules we had considered at rest. But since all the molecules are in motion, and if we consider their motion of all the particles, then a factor of root 2 would have been there. But the calculation would have been complicated, so that's why we are just putting in that factor in the end. पहले हमने एक मॉलिक्यूल को मोशन में लेके डिराइव कर लिया, रूट 2 का फैक्टर लगा दिया। इसका रीजन क्या लिखोगे? वाई वी हैव टेकन दिस फैक्टर ऑफ रूट 2 हियर? रीजन लिखिए, बिकॉज ऑल द मॉलिक्यूल्स आर इन मोशन, बिकॉज all the molecules are in motion. And in our derivation we have taken only one molecule in motion. So this is the expression for mean free path. Is that clear? Clear है students सभी को? Have a look at the derivation once. देखिए अगर कोई डाउट है तो पूछ लो. Yes, you can ask. You can raise hand if you have any doubts. So with this, our kinetic theory of gases is over. So with this, we come to the end of theory of properties of matter. So there were 5 chapters. Okay, recall all the 5 chapters. Yes, Gitesh.
Excuse me, मैम.
Yes.
मैम ये मीन फ्री पाथ का फॉर्मूला नहीं समझ आया, आपने कैसे लिखा है?
यहाँ तक समझ आ गया आपको?
हाँ जी मैम, हाँ जी.
यहाँ तक आ गया, बस ये रूट
नहीं
समझ
नहीं
आया?
नहीं नहीं मैम, मीन फ्री पाथ का जो डिस्टेंस अपॉन नंबर ऑफ कोलिजन्स कैसे आया?
मीन मतलब एवरेज डिस्टेंस निकालना है हमें। एक मॉलिक्यूल ने कितना एवरेज डिस्टेंस कैलकुलेट किया, वो कैसे निकालते हैं एवरेज? आपने अपनी परसेंटेज, अपनी एवरेज मार्क्स निकालने हो, क्या करते हो आप? टोटल मार्क्स ओवर, क्या करते हो? मार्क्स ऑब्टेन्ड ओवर टोटल मार्क्स, ठीक है। तो यहाँ पे या फिर आपने एवरेज निकालनी है तो क्या करते हो आप? जितनी भी चीजें हैं उसका जो भी आप ले रहे हो, सपोज कॉस्ट ऑफ इतनी पेंसिल डिवाइडेड बाय नंबर ऑफ पेंसिल, इफ यू वांट टू कैलकुलेट कॉस्ट ऑफ 1 पेंसिल। अब यहाँ पे भी हम वी वांट टू फाइंड डिस्टेंस कवर्ड बाय 1 पार्टिकल, so that will be total distance covered by this particle from one end to the other end divided by number of molecules divided by number of particles. The number of particles already we had calculated. This is the number of particles, pi and d square L. And how much distance is being traveled? Total distance कितना है from one to other end of the cylinder, that is L. So that will give us average distance traveled by this molecule, one molecule that we have taken in motion. Is that okay? So this logic we have used. Just we have calculated average distance traveled by one molecule. if we know the total distance and number of molecules. Okay, Gitesh, is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So let us do one extra question. So recall all the chapters I was telling you. Solids का elasticity हो गया. Pressure के 3 chapters were there. Liquids के pressure, surface tension, viscosity we have done. And gases का this chapter was there, kinetic theory of gases. So we have done. So properties of matter is over now, right? And tomorrow we'll be discussing the exercise. We'll start discussing the exercise. So sit with NCERT. All of you sit with NCERT tomorrow. You all have to bring NCERT, right? We should have volume 2 NCERT. Now let us do one extra question. एक extra question देखिए. You will tell me the answer. It is of surface tension. Suppose you have a rod, जैसे कि straw है. At the mouth of one straw, you attach one balloon. At the mouth of another straw, you attach a bigger balloon. You connect 2 balloons you can do at home also. Now you stop the flow of air by a valve, with the help of a valve. Balloon 1, balloon 2. Now the question is, which balloon will grow when this valve is opened? Which balloon will grow when this valve is opened? Yes, any answer from your side? They are saying 1, balloon 1. What do you say? Raise hand. Yes, students, what is your opinion? Valve open करोगे तो air flow करनी शुरू हो जाएगी. Yes, Manvia, unmute yourself. Yes, Manvia. Yes, speak up. You are unmuted. Manvia. Yes, beta.
Balloon 1.
Balloon 1. Answer is balloon 2. Bigger balloon will grow and smaller balloon will become still smaller. Reason is excess pressure. किसके अंदर excess pressure ज्यादा? Pressure का formula क्या था? 2T by R. Its radius is small. Excess pressure will be more here. Pressure inside this balloon will be less. So air will flow from region of high pressure to low pressure. इसमें एयर और कम हो जाएगी, इसमें एयर और ज्यादा हो जाएगी. सो बिगर बैलून विल ग्रो मोर. रीजन ये देखो आपके सामने, ये देखो एक्सेस प्रेशर किया था ना. इनसाइड प्रेशर जिसका रेडियस कम है उसमें ज्यादा है, इसके अंदर ज्यादा प्रेशर है, इसके अंदर कम प्रेशर है. हाँ, प्रेशर ज्यादा है ना इसके अंदर. तो एयर विल फ्लो फ्रॉम रीजन ऑफ हाई प्रेशर टू लो प्रेशर. हाँ देखो ये आपके सामने है.